Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Thursday, June 1st, 2017, and here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front, everything is up, except Shanghai down a little bit, oil down a little bit, and gold down a little bit, but a big up day. Dow, S&P, NASDAQ post record close. That's right, because the job reports are coming out tomorrow. And today's preliminary number from a private group shows that there's going to be more job growth than they're expecting. So the economy is showing somewhat improvements, but when you read the data, for example, it's not all that hot. So, for example, ISM Manufacturing Index for May came in at 54.9, below an estimated 55. Now remember though, that's not much of a down, and anything above 50 is growth. April construction spending fell 1.5%. They looked for a gain of 0.5%. So now the Fed's meeting in 2 weeks. Now the odds of raising interest rates are up to 95% from the CME's group of Fed Watch tools. So, what else happened over here? Tech stocks, whoop, they're up. Some of the best performers up 20% in 2017. So we see this market rally keeps on going, and we're almost in now to the 7th month. But it's no surprise to you, and it's no surprise either because you have your Trends Monthly. That's right, your Trends Monthly. Pundits got Trump rally wrong. What's next? That's just one of the stories. And as you know, we reversed our negative take on the markets basically 4 or 5 days after Trump got elected. And we reversed our forecasts in gold. The facts are all there. Current events form future trends. Here's another big story in your Trends Monthly. Newspaper revival. Hate Trump media wave won't save them. Again, history before it happens. Hey, in today's toilet paper record, big story right here. New York Times moving to trim editing layers, offers buyouts to new employees. That's it. One downturn after another. You're going to see big shifts taking place in the newspaper industry, and there's a lot more in your Trends Monthly. All aboard, urban farming trend is coming to a city near you. Driverless cars in our lifetime, don't hold your breath. From plant to sustainable plastic. A research team working under the U.S. Department of Energy's Catalyst Center for Energy Innovation has a new way of turning plants into a cure for AIDS, a 3D snapshot of the inner you. And Europe's water pipeline drying up. Artificial intelligence makes for smarter wastewater, all tied together here in the Globalnomic Trends Monthly. Your boss is watching the chip in hand trend, better artificial photosynthesis. Blinding boomers? Hey, don't worry. Artificial retinas can save your sight. This Trends Monthly is history before it happens. We have insights, observations from a variety of trends, some positive, some negative, opportunities and dangers to avoid. It's all there. And going back to the markets, boop, gold went down a little bit, dollar gained some strength. Again, when we're looking at that expectation to raise interest rates, it's up to 95% that they say they're going to do it in 2 weeks. And another one following. Hey, who knows? Maybe 2 more. So again, in your trend alert, we're going to show you where gold's going and what to expect. Oil, same old story. Supplies are up a bit. Oil's basically flat, just down a bit. More production coming out of Libya and Nigeria. And, hey, Trump today said, no climate deal for us. That's positive for putting out more U.S. oil. Again, whether it's good or bad for the climate, we're not addressing that. We're just telling you where the numbers are going to go. So look for even more production coming out. Look for even more use of fossil fuels. And again, the more production, the more supply, the lower the price. Canadian GDP growth led G7 in first quarter. That's right. Came in at 3.7% on an annualized rate in the first quarter. Yep. We're at a hot 1.2% over here in the States. And what else? The economy got a boost in Canada from business investment, even though those commodity prices are going down. Business investment. And that's what you're not getting in the United States of America. Them businesses are getting bigger. The multinationals are grabbing more dough, and they're saving it for themselves. So you got some positive numbers coming out of Canada. Over there in India, boop, the GDP number came in a little bit lower at 6.1% the first quarter of the year, the weakest expansion the country has reported in more than 2 years. And a lot of this had to do with back on November 8th, Election Day in the United States, they grabbed back all those rupees, about 86% of them, and there's been a cash crisis of some doing over there, and now it's showing up in the markets, and they expected this to happen. But if you were on top of the news and ahead of the trends, you would have known what to do, where to invest your money. We don't give the investment advice into particular companies or say what to do. We just show you where the trend is going. And here's the trend, because the trend is your friend. In India, Paytm hits mobile pay dirt. Phew! Chart goes like that. India's second most valuable startup, the mobile payments app Paytm, has a new target after proving itself more popular than credit cards. Quote, we're competing with cash. Competing with cash, said Paytm's chief financial officer. In India, we're not competing with cards. Hey, what's one of your top trends for 2017? That's right. Bye-bye cash, going cashless. Here it is. The company's boost isn't a stretch, given India's crackdown on cash over the past 6 months has left citizens and merchants searching for cashless payment alternatives. They put out over 10,000 trainers. This is a poor country, on how to use your apps rather than your cash. This is big. 5 million merchants in India accept payments using Paytm, 5 times the number that accept credit cards. Paytm now has 225 million mobile wallet customers. Again, we saw this coming. We said where it was going, and the facts are there. What else do we have here in the business news? Marijuana may be helpful, chief says. Dr. David Shulkin, the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, said medical marijuana may benefit veterans dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and encourage lawmakers to debate the issue. Lawmakers, a bunch of wankers. Lawmakers, a bunch of ignorant people like stupid Sessions that compares smoking a joint to getting hooked on heroin. Boop! So, you can see where this trend is going. And very shortly, before you know it, you just got the Trends Monthly. Wait for your Trends Journal. That's coming out too. Much more on marijuana, where it's going, Where are the profit opportunities? And where we see it going down. Debt regrets mar college for many. More than half of nearly 90,000 people surveyed between June 2016 and March 2017, they would change at least one decision they made about their education if they had to do it all over again. 36% would choose a different major, 28% would choose a different institution, and 12% would pursue a different degree. It goes on and on. Degrees in worthlessness. Going deep in debt for an education you can't use, particularly in the so-called liberal arts. Yeah, you need that course in gender studies. That'll get you really far. I got a better one. How about philosophy? No. History. Yeah, everything that you could read in a book that you don't have to go in debt for, that's what they're teaching. So what do we have over here? And those undergraduates who studied science, technology, engineering, or math had few misgivings than those who studied liberal arts. Because you could do something with your education. You're getting a master's in what? Well, if you take those courses that they're offering at most universities, you're getting a master's in Bayesian. That's right. And you got to pay maybe $100,000 for it. At Villanova University, students can earn a master's in church management. Dun, da, da, da. Can you imagine this? I got a better one for you. You could go to NYU. That's right. New York University Stern School of Business will embark on a one-year program in fashion and luxury good management. Wowee! A real growing sector, huh? Right next to the story. Oh, by the way, that one's going to cost you $96K. Kim Korfman, a professor of marketing and academic director of NYU's Stern New Fashion Focus program, said the new degree is a good fit for the school, given classes like luxury marketing and next generation fashion. Next generation fashion. How about more distressed, huh? Yeah. How about let's not wear a shirt with 2 sleeves. Maybe you can make that one up. Can you believe this? Yes, you can. And mommy and daddy will send you there and even help you pay for it. Roughly $96,000 for tuition and fees. And right next to it, discounting pinches full-price stores. Michael Kors Holding Limited said Wednesday that it would close up to 125 stores amid increasing pressure from discounting across the country. The luxury handbag seller. Luxury, yeah. And they're selling courses for $96,000. You want to know why this country is going down? Because the rotten, stinking education system. It stunk when I had it, and it got a lot worse. Because if we had an education system, we'd have people with brains. And if we had people with brains, we wouldn't have a bunch of imbeciles, a bunch of psychopaths and sociopaths that we call politicians, and parties that they like to call the Republicans and Democrats that are better fit to be called the Bloods and the Crips, the murderers and thieves for the millions of people that they've killed, and the trillions of dollars that they stole doing it, and bailing out their bankster buddies, giving them all the tax breaks, loan guarantees, building all the crap that they do that we have to pay for it, these stadiums and everything else, and not one head rolls when they rip us off and commit felonies. That's right. Send your kid to school. Get them really smart. And speaking about the Bloods and the Crips and the imbeciles, psychopaths, and sociopaths that run the show in the democracy of the United States, Joe Biden to form group. A hint, he's weighing a bid in 2020. Former Vice President Joseph R. Biden Jr. is planning to create a political action committee, the most concrete sign yet that he intends to remain active in the Democratic Party and is considering a presidential bid in 2020. Could you believe it? This clown has never worked a day in his life, sucking off the public tit with a bad attitude as well. Nothing. Just a member of the Bloods and the Crips. And Hillary Clinton, she can't stop crying. The reason you didn't get elected, Hillary, is because people don't like who you are. Could you get that in your head? No. Hillary Clinton says Americans guided Russia's attack on her campaign, suggesting Trump campaign colluded with Russia. It even gets better. Hillary Clinton rips Democratic Party for its data operation during the campaign. I set up my campaign, and we have our own data operation. I get the nomination, so I'm now the nominee of the Democratic Party. I inherit nothing from the Democratic Party. I mean, it was bankrupt. It was on the verge of insolvency. Its data was mediocre, to poor, non-existent, wrong. I had to inject money into it. Hey, I thought Obama was president for all those years, 8 of them, huh? Oh, he's going to leave his legacy. You mean you had no party? Your party was good enough to get rid of Bernie. Oh, remember you had Google? Remember we got those WikiLeaks and you're getting all those metrics from the top of the top? Hey, I wonder how much he's getting paid to BS now. Maybe as much as Obama? Not, she didn't win the election. Maybe only about $250K. And where'd they get all that money to inject? It's called bribes and payoffs in where I came from, but they call it the Clinton Foundation. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.